Hi, I want to spend some time going through the Parent-Teacher Conference report and the STAR data reports that you will be receiving soon, if not already. The first piece of paper we have up here is your child's data sheet, So at the top, I would review it, make sure that the name, the student ID number, your students will know this as their 00 number. It is their student information number, and their birthday are correct. The next box explains the special services that your child may or may not receive. Jordan Commodore, in this example, receives speech therapy and Communicare counseling. There are no bolded or circled grades that Jordan has been retained in. And Jordan is receiving Tier 2 interventions for his or her behavior. If your child is receiving Tier 2 or Tier 3 interventions, that's something you should have already been made aware of. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact. The next line is grades. So as of now, we have only first 9 weeks grades for English/language arts. This would be our reading, vocabulary, and math. The next box tells where the standings for accelerated reading. For first 9 weeks, Jordan's goal was to earn 5.2 AR points, and Jordan earned 6.1, so it's in green because he surpassed the goal at 117.3%. So this number correlates to 6.1 divided by 5.2 equals 117.3%. His or her accuracy was an 86.7, with our goal being 85%. So again, that's in green because that exceeds the amount we shoot for. And the reading level, Jordan read an average of 2.8. The goal for this child was a 3.0, and that's based on STAR data, their STAR reading scores. So reading a little bit below the targeted reading level, we're going to work next 9 weeks to try to choose books that are closer to our reading level. You'll see your child's AR goal for second 9 weeks right here. The goal for Jordan for second 9 weeks is an 8.2. We're in the middle of that right now, so that's for the 2019-2020 school year. The end of this 9 weeks is December 20th. I'll write that right here. This is the last day for reading for the second 9 weeks. And of course, the percent of goal, that's not filled in yet because it's not the end of the 9 weeks, but we do have Jordan shooting for a 3.2 this 9 weeks. So we're really going to try to strive to hit that goal this time. All right, the second page, you've got an update from the last time we met. You'll see your child's new STAR reading scores that we took in October. We actually took them today. In this case, the scaled score, which is a number that you can compare across children in any grade, it's out of 1,800 is the max, and that goes all the way up through high school. So went from a 309 in August to a 335 in October. That is growth, and that makes us happy. 26 points improved from last time. The next metric is the percentile rank. Percentile rank is something we're going to talk about a lot, and if you can imagine stacking up 99 second graders, this tells you how high up the stack you'd be. So at first, Jordan would have been above 71 students on the stack. And now Jordan has moved up to be above 74 students on the stack. The grade equivalent, this is the first 2, means second grade. 8 is the 8th month of second grade. So about March of second grade is how Jordan was reading at the beginning of the school year. And now right at the beginning of third grade. So that's really good growth. A 2 months growth in 2 months time is about what is expected. It's nothing it's not blowing anything out of the water, but definitely a great place to be at this point in second grade. And if you were to help Jordan choose good books, or your child, whatever this level, this reading range, the ZPD stands for Zone of Proximal Development. That is very technical education jargon, but it means these are the books that your child should be comfortable reading independently. In no way interpret this to mean that your child needs to read books that are only a 2.7 or only a 3.7. The 2.7, 2.8, 2.9, those would be easier books for this child at this point in time. 3.5, 3.6, 3.7, that would be the more challenging end, but still something he or she should be capable of independently. Anything above this is really going to be pushing their capacity for reading and understanding what they read at this point. Anything below this, it's great for enjoyment, but it's probably not going to help them grow as a reader. And that's what we really want to look at. For STAR Math, a lot of these numbers are the same. So Jordan went from 388 scaled score at the beginning of the year to 429 at the end of October. So that was a jump of 41 points, which was great. This time, Jordan was above 35 people in the math stack of 99 second graders and went up to the 51st percentile, and has now a grade equivalent of a 2.2, which is the second month of second grade, so about September of second grade, a little bit behind where we are right now, but still improving vastly. All right, the next thing I want to show you is this star reading graph, star reading and STAR Math, First of all, what you're going to get in your email and what you are going to get in the folder, they're very similar. But if you look at the very top, up here it says star reading. So that's pretty much the only place you can tell a difference. On this graph, you're going to see diamonds. So I'm going to put some diamonds here and explain what they would mean. Each of the blue diamonds represents a different test that your child has taken. As the year goes on, we will add, hopefully, more just going in this direction. But we'll have more diamonds every time we take a test, with 5 at the end of the year. These 3 green lines, or black lines if you're looking at what's coming home in the folder, these lines represent the 25th percentile, so the students who are above 25 students in a stack of 99, the 50th percentile, and the 75th percentile. In a teacher's mind, 75th percentile is a great thing to shoot for, unless we're already above that. So we want to be moving up, especially at a greater incline than these green lines. So if this were my child, you can see we're improving at a rate higher than these general trend lines. So at the end of, maybe after our next test, if we keep moving at this rate, we will even be above 75th percentile, which would be fantastic. On the other hand, there are times that a child might take a test and go down some, or even go down a great deal. There are a couple of things to think about. One could be the day of the test. Did something happen? Was there something going on that was stressful, or maybe had the student overtired, something in the testing situation that was unexpected? It's worth talking to your child, especially sooner than later, because they're likely to forget these things. But what was going on? What caused them to maybe not be able to focus as well as they normally would? Or there's a chance this was their best and they have no idea that they did not score as well as you expected or as they did last time. We can have conversations about that and just kind of see what could be going on. But it's worth watching, just keeping an eye out if your child went down from one test to another. We'll take this test again around Christmas time, either right before or right after, and we'll see if hopefully we'll jump back up. But that's definitely something that should be a flag for you. Ideally, we're going to move up with the trend lines or more. So like if we connected these, they're going up at a greater rate than the green lines. So you may see that the lines are way higher than your child's test scores. That means they're not there yet. They're not to the 25th percentile. And vice versa, they could also be below, and your student's data could be greatly above, which means they're performing above grade level. These are second grade expectations. Again, this one says math at the top. But you'll see that the date across the x-axis of the graph, So you might have an August score that was just rough. We weren't ready. We still had, sometimes we talk about we still have some sand from the beach between our ears. And then by the time we get to August, we're getting back with it. We've all gotten back into shape. So that's the kind of thing we're looking for. If you have any questions about any of this information that's coming home, give me an email or send me a message and we can talk about it. I love for you to get in and really try to understand what we're seeing at school and what your child's discussing, because we talk about this data. But I know it's very confusing. So if you have any questions, please never hesitate, and I'll be happy to walk you through it.